A duck can't pull a truck, but a high school football team can, and that joke is 3 years old. But all the highlights tonight are brand new.
Yeah, including West Orange and Wekiva going toe-to-toe in the game of the week. Plus, Seminole handled Dr. Phillips last week. Could they do the same to Lake Mary?
We're going to find out, but you have to listen to the theme song first. Week 2 is complete, and we've got the highlights to prove it. This is Football Friday Night, presented by McCoy Federal Credit Union. I'm Joe Kepner.
And I'm Christian Bruey. Dee Brown made his head coaching debut last week, the former NFL player, leading West Orange to a win. So we put him in the spotlight for our McCoy Game of the Week tonight.
Brown and the Warriors traveling to Wekiva Mustangs, also 1-0 after putting up 35 points against Winter Park in their opener. Wekiva brought an actual hammer to the game. They also brought a metaphorical hammer. Chad Davis takes the first swing with it. 25-yard run leads to a Mustangs field goal and a 3-0 lead. But the rest of the first half mostly belongs to the Warriors. Julian Calvez, the sophomore QB, keeps it on the option. He rips off 30 yards for the touchdown, and it's 7-3 West Orange. Let's go to the second quarter. On 4th and goal from the 1, Davis does not bring the hammer on this play, gets stuffed at the line. Very next play for the Warriors, though, Jamari Shaw can't get out of the end zone. Wekiva collects a safety, but still down 7-5. Now, punt return for a touchdown made it 14-5 West Orange at the end of the first half. First possession of the third, Amari Thomas has a big second half, starting with a 15-yard touchdown to make it a 3-point game. Then the Mustangs go to the air. Brendan Sear hits Christopher Reed on the slant, and Wekiva takes its first lead since it was 3-0. Back to the run now. Thomas attacking the end zone like it said something about his mom. Mustangs put up a 20 spot in the third quarter. And then it's Thomas one more time in the fourth. His third touchdown of the second half. Wekiva, with a commanding second half performance, wins 46-14. Shane Whitehead's favorite snack is Slim Jims. He was also at midfield to talk with the Mustangs after the game.
The Mustangs were down 14 points last week, came back to win. Down 14-5 at the half tonight, made a blocking scheme change at halftime. That change resulted in 5 second-half rushing touchdowns and 41 unanswered points.
You know, they were coming off the edge early, so we adjusted to that, and our running backs really stayed inside and really, you know, pounded them.
Amari's going to need a cold tub.
I think they both are. You know, Amari and Chad, you know, they went, you know, every 2-3 plays, and both of them, you know, workloads tonight.
I want you to be honest with me. How tired are you right now?
I'm pretty tired, man. I couldn't do anything. I kept telling my friends and teammates kept sticking with me. Keep the head up. And I'm just pretty tired overall.
I feel like we both started off slow in the beginning of the half, not making the very best cuts. And when we came out of the second half, our teammates, they was encouraging us. They was standing right behind us, telling us to keep our heads up. And that's what we did. We kept hitting the cuts, kept getting strong, holding the ball.
We have a real young team. We lost 17 guys last year, 17 starters. But I really like where this team's going. You know, we last 2 weeks started off slow, 14-0 last week. You know, and being down 9 at halftime this week. But these kids are resilient. They came out, fought, and, you know, got the win.
With the 46-14 win, the Mustangs start the season 2-0. At Wekiva High School, Shane Whitehead, football, Friday night on 9.
Well, that was a great start. O'Shea Baker had an entire recruiting video worth of highlights in week 1, scoring 3 touchdowns in Seminoles' win over Dr. Phillips. Good chance Lake Mary's coaches saw that video as well and attempted to make the necessary adjustments. Lake Mary hosting the Noles tonight. And look who it is right there in front, Brandon Bam Moore. Suffered a season-ending knee injury last night for UCF, but the Sanford native in attendance tonight to see his team play. Gabe Davis, Adrian Killens also there. Late in the first half, Timmy McLean, the old fumble-rooski. Just how Don Stark drew it up. McLean recovers, scores. Seminoles in front 14-7. Wave those flags. So it's 2-minute drill time for Lake Mary. Gunnar Smith, call that dime time. Tim Jarrells with a little toe tap. And yeah, It gets the people going. Rams in business. Few plays later, Smith to Rocco Underwood. Rocco's Modern Life tied 14-14 at the half. Seminole, though, ends up pulling it out 28-20.
And staying in the county, Lyman hosting Lake Brantley. Patriots had 475 rushing yards and 8 touchdowns in week 1, but Lyman was up to the challenge tonight. Julius Perez finds the end zone in the second half. It's 10-7 Lyman. Doesn't stay that way for long, though. Never does. Anthony Williams had 4 touchdowns in week 1, kicks it into reverse. He burns up 40 yards of turf. Puts the Patriots back in front 14-10. Now, Lyman would come right back, though. Curtis Hargroves going over the middle to Blake Bell, and he takes a whammy. Holds onto the ball, though. Looks to be okay. A couple plays later, Hargroves scrambling, loses our cameraman and the defense. Where'd he go? There he is, 28 yards, diving for the end zone. Lyman puts up a fight, but Lake Brantley comes out on top in this one, 21-17, your final there. All right, after making it to the state semifinals in 2018, Edgewater entered the season with soaring expectations, and all they did in week 1 was beat one of their biggest rivals, proving they have the potential to live up to those expectations. Now, the game after a rivalry game, always dangerous, though. Edgewater hosting Oak Ridge in their home opener tonight. First quarter, Oak Ridge punting, a whole flock of Eagles swarming. Deshaun Troutman blocks it, then chases down the ball, scoops it up, goes 20 yards for the touchdown. That put Edgewater up 14-0 and will definitely be a Play of the Week nominee. Next drive for Edgewater, they get in the end zone twice, but are both called back for penalties, and third time's the charm. Jalen Early clearing the way for Isaiah Connolly. It's 21-0 home team. Ensuing drive for Oak Ridge. Tyvon Colson at quarterback really should not go to the right. Don't do it, Tyvon. I warned him twice. I think that was Anthony Davis who delivered the hit. Edgewater recovers the fumble, takes it back to the 25. Couple plays later, Kanan Mobley shows this offense does not have an off switch. Anthony Whedon hauls in the TD. Second long touchdown pass of the night from Mobley. And at that point, in the first quarter, Edgewater was on pace to score 122 points, but they show some mercy, only score half of that, winning 56-0. On the other side of Orange County, East River sharing their field with Boone. Braves trying to avoid their first 0-2 start since 2016. It was 7-0 when our photographer arrived. Jason Dozier ties it up for East River, scoring on the keeper. After that, not many highlights in the first half. Here's an option left that doesn't really go anywhere, but hey, they did have a shaved ice truck, so that's something. East River pulls away in the second half, 24-14.
Well, Timber Creek opened up their new stadium, hosting Dr. Phillips tonight. Wolves trying to beat the Panthers for the first time since their school was invented. Picking up second half, Isaiah Givens all night to throw. Eventually throws it into quintuple coverage. Usually not a good idea, but Ledger Hatch makes him look good. A couple plays later, it's our boy B. Feasy. Brandon Fields is in there. Dr. Phillips up 17-7. Little later, Givens once again buying himself some time and giving Ledger Hatch a chance to get down the field. That's good for 50. The Dr. Phillips playbook, it's a lot like UCF's. Throw it to number 13. Once again, Ledger's catch leads to a touchdown. That's Niven Holland. Panthers remain perfect against the Wolves, 24-14 the final tonight. On the other side of Orange County, Olympia hosting Ocoee. Knights looking for their first 2-0 start since 2006, and they got off to a nice start. Nick Wright over the middle to Dexter Wrench Jr., and the Louisville commit takes it all the way down inside the 10. That's a 53-yard pitch and catch. But the Titans forced a field goal, and it's not good. It's wide right. So it remains scoreless. Titans head coach Travis Gabriel, he loves it. Fired up. But it didn't take Ocoee long to get back into the red zone. Charles Pierre, this dude had himself a quarter, goes 35 yards here, dodging every gray shirt in sight. A few plays later, 10-yard stroll to the end zone for Pierre. Two-point conversion makes it 8-0 Ocoee. After an Olympia fumble, guess who? Pierre with the truck stick. And he's into the end zone. We'll give him a little FaceTime for that one. 16-0 Ocoee at that point. They go on to take it 34-0. If you want to relive any of those highlights or share them with family and friends currently traveling overseas, you can watch them all over again on the high school football page at WFTV.com. You got
Great
me.
advice.
You got me.
Don't go yet. We've got more games on the way, including Lake Highland Prep with an out-of-town challenge from a team from Jacksonville. Plus, Leesburg making the trip to Volusia County for a matchup against Pine Ridge.
And don't forget about Lake County, Eastridge, Eustis, South Lake, and Mount Dora providing the Thursday night highlights. We'll get to all that. But first, round one of tonight's Battle of the Bands Sing along if you know the words. Who do we got, Joe?
I don't know.
Here they are.
I understand. I know it's not your typical resume.
Okay, well.
But candidate. But I've been working double shifts just to pay for books. I've been raising my 2 little brothers. I'm determined, driven, motivated. Isn't that what you're looking for?
Look beyond the resume and discover new ways to develop great talent at gradsoflife.org.
This is Orlando. This is where we believe in magic and fantasies and wishing upon stars and the power of the imagination. This is where we dream, where we think smarter and play harder. So if you think you know all there is to know about Orlando, you're in for a big surprise. Because until you join our community and see all the reasons we're amazing, you don't know the half of it.
What do you have for us, ad man?
More like ad baby.
This is how we're going to show America that Blackish is on 5 nights a week.
Let's show them how I'm crushing the mom game.
How was school today?
The funniest thing happened.
Oh, what?
Those children are something special.
Show your parenting expertise.
Well, how are you such a loving son to your mother?
Shake up the love. Great ideas, guys.
We're so good at this.
Weeknights at 11 on TV 27.
Channel 9's Tom Terry, Central Florida's chief meteorologist. As a weather scientist, he uses cutting-edge tools to break down your forecast with unmatched accuracy. As a proven leader, he's put together the most reliable team of meteorologists, and he's called it right when lives are on the line.
I'm always here to help you keep your family safe.
Tom Terry, Central Florida's chief meteorologist. Only on Channel 9 Eyewitness News. Coverage you can count on.
Welcome back to Football Friday Night. Lake Highland Prep head coach Ben Bullock told us at our annual media days he's big on analytics. Unfortunately, the numbers did not go his way in week 1. Maybe the numbers on the scoreboard would equal a win tonight with Episcopal in town out of Jacksonville. Eagles coached by former Jags quarterback Mark Brunell. Liked what he saw from his running back. It's Kirk Reed. Takes it in from a yard out, breaks a tackle, 6-zip Eagles. Then it's Tucker Tumberland finding Kamen Clark for the successful 2-point conversion, 8-0 Eagles. Now Lake Highland comes back in the fourth. Quarterback Carter Kim with the touchdown pass makes it 8-6. The Highlanders had a chance to tie it up on the 2-point conversion. You got to go for this. Don't need analytics, but Kim's pass. Eesh. Yeah, Highlanders come up a couple of points short, 8-6 your final. Hope you took the under. All right, out in Volusia County, Pine Ridge up against Leesburg. This was the regular season opener for the Yellow Jackets. Early on, we got a Dion Mensah sighting. Not sure about his IQ, but he can run. Leesburg up 7-0. Now, it looked like it was going to get worse for the Panthers. Eric Coffey breaks off a long run. He's headed for the end zone, but who doesn't love some hustle? Don Beebe-esque. Ball goes out of the end zone, so it's a touchback. But that only delayed the inevitable. Harrison Dykes rolls out, and Montarius Dykes, no relation. That's good for a 35-yard touchdown. Yellow Jackets sting the Panthers. See what I did there? 20-6.
We also had some high school football last night. Bishop Moore made the trip up to Gainesville to take on Eastside. Hornets brought their ground game with them. Malachi Rennie had a pair of touchdowns. Hornets won on a late field goal, 45-44. But I got to show you this touchdown. Gators commit Anthony Richardson with a dude hanging off his shirt. throws a touchdown to Quan Lee in the back of the end zone. Looks like the Gators are going to get a good one there. Little Thursday night laction. That's Lake County action, not lactation. Mount Dora and South Lake, third quarter. Eagles already down 2 touchdowns. Isaiah Hatter was about to make it 3 scores, but gets dragged down by his jersey inside the 5. Eddie Romero follows his lineman into the end zone to finish the drive. Extra point made it 34-13. Ensuing kickoff. South Lake wasn't ready for the onside jelly. Roman Newkirk kicks and recovers it for the Hurricanes all by himself. That leads to another Mount Dora touchdown. Then after a South Lake fumble, Hurricanes in the red zone again. DJ Boykin officially makes it a blowout. Mount Dora Explorers, Dora the Explorer, the end zone several times, goes on to win 46-20.
Boo. Also on Thursday, Eastridge quarterback Robbie Sanders already on his way to the end zone when our camera arrived. Got the last part of it. Knights quickly grab an 8-0 lead. Next possession for Eastridge. Robbie Sanders to Tony Rutler. And look at the big dude Rutler. Rumble. Yeah, takes it all the way to the 22-yard line. Looked like the Knights were headed back to the end zone, but on third down, nobody open for Sanders. They call that a sack. Still 8-0 after a missed field goal. Eustis ball now, and they're pulling out the trick play. Pitch to Caesar Spikes, and he's going to launch it deep to JT Cannon. Those are their real names. Great diving catch by Mr. Spikes. Puts him in Eastridge territory. A couple plays later, Wes Elliott tries to go up the hash marks, but his receiver covered, throws short. Ty House picks it off. Knights defense do their part. 28-11 win for Eastridge. Eastridge off to a 2-0 start after that. Goes back on the road at Oak Ridge. Next week, Battle of the Ridges. There's only one room in this ridge for one of us. Coming up, O'Shea Baker had the lead in the voting for the Precision Play of the Week, but a late surge from Timber Creek fans may have changed everything. Plus, we're jumping back in the pool for this week's Scholar Athlete of the Week, meeting another student overachieving like a boss. Like a boss. Yeah. But first, we continue our search for the best Central Florida high school band in America. Joe, do you know this one? Give it a 3. I will in a minute. The Mainland Buccaneers. What's happening?
Bruno Mars, Cardi B,
is an adventure full of special moments.
A cruise!
Surprise! Unexpected moments.
I got this.
And even awkward moments.
Okay, Dad, thank you.
But every moment you spend with your kids, even the smallest moments, can make the biggest impact on your child's life. So take a moment to be a dad today.
Now you can get Channel 9 Eyewitness News updates on your Amazon Echo device. How cool is this? You ask a question, Alexa, what's in the news today? And it gives you an answer.
Here's your flash briefing from WFTV in Orlando.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Channel 9's Jamie Holmes. Today, the union's representing...
To get news updates, open the Alexa app on your phone, search WFTV under Skills, then enable the flash briefing.
This is Orlando. This is where we believe in magic and fantasies and wishing upon stars and the power of the imagination. This is where we believe in dreams and seeing them come true. This is Orlando, known around the world as the home of happiness, and to those who live here happily, as home. This is more than just a place to stay a while. It's a place to stay on the cutting edge. Here, innovation comes in every form, entertainment in every variety, and thriving businesses in every size. So if you think you know all there is to know about Orlando, prepare to be surprised. Because until you get to really know this place, this community, and see all the reasons why it's so magical, rest assured, you don't know the half of it.
When storms threaten, turn to Tom Terry in Severe Weather Center 9.
Welcome back to Football Friday Night. Joe and I stumbled our way through the final couple blocks of last week's show. We'll admit it. And we blamed it on week 1 rust.
We will. And, well, for some talented individuals, there's no such thing as rust. And when you don't oxidize, you win the precision play of the week. That's science. Last week's winner was going to be O'Shea Baker out of Seminole, but Jael Capretti got all his friends and family to blow us up on Twitter, won the contest by just 6 votes. He also had this nice pick 6 in the Wolves' win over Boone, our precision play of the week. Time to move on, though. 3 solid nominees tonight, starting with Deshaun Troutman out of Edgewater. Knocks this punt out of the air, then outfights both teams to pick it up and rumbles 20 yards for a touchdown, part of a dominating 56-0 win for the Eagles.
Play number 2 from Lake Mary. They didn't win tonight, but hey, this can be a nice little consolation prize. Gunnar Smith drops it right into the basket to Tim Gerald's. The cheerleaders love it. And he got, I think, a couple of feet down. Nice pitch and catch there. Finally, play number 3 from Ocoee's Charles Pierre laid the wood on Bryant Castile and kept on trucking. Worth 3, 4, 5 looks. Pierre and the Titans beat up on Olympia tonight, 34-0.
And now time to recognize another Scholar Athlete of the Week. Shane Whitehead headed back to the pool for this one.
Julia Motter from Winter Springs High School is our Scholar Athlete of the Week. Julia has a 4.452 GPA, which places her 24th out of 459 students in the class of 2021. The junior is already a 2-time letterman in swimming and a 2-year state qualifier and finalist. Julia also holds 5 swimming records at Winter Springs High.
It's really cool. I feel like a really big part of my school to be one of the fastest people to ever swim here. And so every time I get one, it's like my whole team comes around and supports me, and it feels really good.
So is an individual state champion your next goal?
That would be awesome, yeah.
She has the potential of winning state. We're really hoping. She's top 3 right now, so it could happen. So we're very excited about that.
My next goal is to make the junior nats, which is one of the biggest meets that somebody my age can go to, and I'm hoping to qualify for that this year.
Maybe the Olympics someday?
That would be cool, maybe.
That would be cool. Julia also swims for a club team and has an extensive club resume. She's a National Honor Society and Student Council member and volunteers at her church. Julia Motter, our Scholar Athlete of the Week.
Congratulations to Julia. If you want to nominate someone for the Scholar Athlete of the Week, just head over to the high school page at WFTV.com. Now time to get back to the Battle of the Bands, and taking the field now. I know this one, Christian, I know the band. It's the Seminole Marching Band.
I remember, Dad, you and Mom got this car with a hatchback. I said, you know, I'd be happy to give you the money to get a really great car. And he said, well, no, this works for me. I says, why? Because it's the right height to put the meals in. Dad, tell me when you first got an inkling about Meals on Wheels.
There was kind of an abandoned house. That's where we got started with Meals on Wheels. We kind of filled a need for people as they got older.
It's the human interaction that probably fed them much more than the food.
Oh, yeah. When you can see somebody else benefiting by your life in some way, you can't help but feel good about it, I think.
Well, the reason I'm involved, Dad, is because you are, and you're so inspiring. How you've impacted people is enormous.
Drop off a warm meal and get more than you expect. Volunteer at AmericaLet'sDoLunch.org.
America, let's do lunch.
What would you do if a date asked you how much you weigh?
Leave. Slap him. Toss him.
It was going so well until...
Ask him how much his mama weighs.
Oh, we talking about weight, huh? Well, how much your mama weigh?
All new Family Feud.
You ain't got to worry about how much I weigh. You won't be feeling nothing over here.
Weeknights at 7 on TV 27.
We've got a red alert to tell you about. It's I-4 westbound right
In the car, there's nothing more frustrating than a traffic jam when you want to avoid backups or get a quick alternate route in the morning. Listen to News 96.5 WDBO. With triple team traffic every 6 minutes. It's unmatched traffic reporting.
Westbound before you get to Fairbanks, tractor trailer.
Designed to get you where you're going.
In the car, make sure you're listening to News 96.5 WDBO weekday mornings from 5 till 9 a.m.
ESPN 580 is your home to Miami Dolphins football in Orlando. Don't miss a single play. Listen to all of the games live on ESPN 580 Orlando.
Welcome back to football Friday night. Quick reminder that's not high school football. Florida State and Boise State kick it off at noon tomorrow in Tallahassee.
Yeah, that game was moved from Jacksonville due to the threat of Hurricane Dorian. Please be safe and, of course, keep it locked right here. Tom Terry and our staff of meteorologists will keep you up to date on all the latest with the storm.
We certainly have a lot of them. Good night.